About 1/3 of people over the age of 65 fall every year, so I'm going to provide 5 key exercises to improve your balance and stability. Hi everyone, and welcome to Exercise for Health. And statistically, the risk of falling increases after the age of 65 due to factors such as vision loss, muscle weakness, impaired balance, cognitive decline, and even certain health conditions or medications. However, exercise is regarded as one of the best ways to reduce this risk. Exercises that not only improve balance, but also strengthen the muscles can help protect against the likelihood for a fall. So here are 5 that will take about 10 minutes that you can do on 2 days of the week. The first is the sit to stand, as they are, in my opinion, one of the best exercises for all seniors because just like the squat, they target all the muscles in the lower body to improve strength and stability of the knees and hips. Start sat on the front of a chair, ideally a dining room chair rather than the lounge type that I'm using, with your feet to hips width flat on the floor. If necessary, place your hands either side of your hips for support, but the long-term aim would be to perform the movement without the assistance of the arms. When you're ready, lean the torso forwards to place more weight over the feet, getting your nose over your toes, and you'll begin to feel your bottom lift slightly. At this point, keep moving your upper body forwards and drive your feet into the ground, lifting the hips up and forwards to stand upright. Pause momentarily to ensure that you have your balance, then reverse the movement to go back down to sitting. Push the hips backwards and lean the torso forward, then begin to bend the knees to lower your hips down. Ensure this is done in a slow, controlled manner to touch down softly so that you don't just fall back into your chair. Repeat this slow and controlled exercise for 5 to 10 reps so you can really feel the leg muscles working. The next exercise will provide strength and stability for the ankles, so they're less likely to buckle on uneven ground when you're out and about. You can do this exercise on the floor near a support for balance purposes, or for a greater input through an increased range of movement with the balls of your feet on the edge of a step. Essentially, you are aiming to lift the heels up and down in a controlled manner with the feet to hips width apart. You can reduce the width of your feet to make the balance aspect more challenging, but by nature, this exercise reduces your base of support when you're up on the balls of the feet, stimulating the cerebellum area of the brain responsible for your balance. As you improve, to make it more challenging, use your hands less or without any support at all, and the aim would be to do 10 heel raises so you feel the calf muscles working. The next one challenges your balance, coordination, vision, and reflexes. You can do this while standing on one leg, but if that's too much to start with, you can keep the toes of your other foot lightly contacting the ground behind the standing foot. Stand a short distance away from a wall, facing it, and with a small ball like a tennis ball, gently throw the ball to the wall and catch the rebound, continually repeating this throw and catch for 30 seconds without having to place the non-supportive foot on the ground. After 30 seconds, switch legs and repeat the exercise. To make this more challenging though, you can vary the point on the wall that you aim to throw the ball at, whether higher, lower, further left or right, to force the torso to move more, making the balance aspect more difficult. Now we move on to lunges, which aren't an easy exercise because their unilateral movement causes instability in the body and places more emphasis on certain muscles of each leg. Initially, if you haven't done lunges before, it's best to do them next to a firm support like an armchair and ensure that after you've made the step, either forwards or backwards, you focus on bending the back knee to drop the body down as far as you're able to without compromising your strength to get back up again. The impact of the step, particularly if done forwards, will help with bone density, but if you suffer with knee pain, then I suggest doing them as a reverse lunge, stepping backwards, so the knee of the front foot doesn't travel too far forwards. Ensure that, firstly, as you drop your body down, the front knee stays in alignment with the front foot and doesn't collapse inwards. Secondly, you keep your torso upright so your posture doesn't fall forward at the bottom. And finally, your feet are hips width at all times, so after the step, it's not like you have one foot directly in front of the other. Alternate the steps between legs until you have done 10 in total or 5 each leg, And if you can do this without using your hands and you can get the back knee almost down to the ground, then you will be doing exceptionally well. The final exercise can help with hip mobility whilst improving your balance during movement. Leg swings, whether going from front to back or from side to side with minimal hand support, can be a great way to challenge the balance as your centre of gravity keeps changing during the movement. Make sure you keep the support foot flat on the ground and the support leg knees slightly bent. Only work through your range of movement so that you don't overextend, risking an injury. And if you've had a hip replacement, limit the movement so that the challenge is more about the stability rather than how high you can get your leg. Do each of the movements front to back and side to side 10 times on each leg. You may initially need a wall or something to hold for support purposes, but the aim is to be able to perform the movements freestanding. I hope these exercises improve your strength and balance and help you feel more confident when you're out walking. And I will film a follow-along workout of these exercises for next week's video. Please give this video a like by clicking the thumbs up button below and consider subscribing if you haven't already. As always, I will leave useful links in the description below, including a playlist of videos that help you improve your balance. But thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay active and keep moving to feel better.